Ma'am, step out of the vehicle, now!
Officer, I'm asking again, what lawful reason do you have to order me out?
Your brake light is out, I already told you!
I checked both lights 2 days ago, they work, your reason is not valid.
I'm giving you a lawful order! Step out!
Without reasonable suspicion, you cannot. Under Pennsylvania v. Mims, you must articulate...
I smell marijuana! Get out!
Walker approached the driver's side window with the kind of swagger that came from years of people complying immediately with whatever he said. He expected this to be quick. Flash the badge, claim some violation, maybe search the car if he felt like it, and send her on her way with a warning and a reminder of who was in charge. That's how it usually went. Keisha rolled down her window halfway, just enough to communicate, not enough to give unnecessary access to her vehicle. License and registration, Walker said. Not good afternoon, not do you know why I stopped you, just a demand. Keisha kept her voice calm and professional. I'd like to know why you pulled me over first, please. Walker's expression shifted slightly. Most people didn't ask questions first. Most people just handed over their documents. Your brake light is out, he said. Keisha knew immediately this was false. Which one? The left one? Officer, I checked my brake lights 2 days ago. Both were working. Is it possible you're mistaken? Walker's jaw tightened. Step out of the vehicle. And there it was. The escalation. The attempt to turn a supposed equipment violation into something more. Keisha had seen this pattern 100 times in cases she'd worked on. Officer makes a questionable stop, driver asks reasonable questions, officer gets defensive and escalates. Here's a question, and be honest in the comments. Have you ever been pulled over for something you absolutely knew wasn't real? Yes or no? Just drop it below. For a brake light violation, you don't have authority to order me out of the vehicle unless you have reasonable suspicion of another crime, Keisha said calmly. Walker leaned down closer to the window. His voice got harder. Excuse me? I'm giving you a lawful order. Keisha maintained her composure. A brake light is an equipment violation. Under Pennsylvania v. Mims, you can order me out during a traffic stop, but that doesn't mean every request is reasonable under the Fourth Amendment. What's your reasonable suspicion that I'm engaged in criminal activity beyond this alleged equipment violation? The mention of case law stopped Walker cold. Most people he pulled over didn't cite Supreme Court decisions. Most people didn't differentiate between what officers could theoretically do and what the Constitution actually allowed. My justification is that I'm a police officer and you need to do what I say, Walker said, his voice rising slightly. That's not how the law works, Keisha replied, her tone remaining steady. I'm Professor Keisha Randall. I teach constitutional law at Georgetown University, and right now, you're violating my Fourth Amendment rights. If you have reasonable suspicion of criminal activity, please articulate it. Otherwise, you need to either issue me a citation for the alleged brake light violation or let me go. I don't care if you're the president, Walker said, his hand moving to his duty belt. Get out of the car. Now, Keisha noticed the hand movement. She noticed the elevated voice. She noticed the lack of any legal justification. And she made a decision. My dash cam is recording this entire encounter. Officer, she said clearly, making sure her voice was captured on audio. Badge number 3429. Everything you're saying is being documented, so I'll ask again, what is your reasonable suspicion that justifies ordering me from my vehicle for an equipment violation? The silence that followed lasted about 5 seconds. 5 seconds where Walker stood there, trying to figure out how to handle someone who actually knew the law, someone who wasn't intimidated, someone who was documenting everything. You're being uncooperative, he finally said. No, sir. I'm asserting my constitutional rights. There's a significant difference. If you believe my brake light is out, you can issue me a citation. I'll sign it and be on my way. But I'm not exiting my vehicle without reasonable suspicion of criminal activity, and you haven't articulated any. Walker's face was getting red now. You know what? I think I smell marijuana. Step out of the vehicle. Keisha's expression didn't change, but inside she was noting every word. The manufactured probable cause, the attempt to create justification after the fact. This was textbook Fourth Amendment violation, and it was all being recorded. Officer, I don't use marijuana. I haven't smoked anything. There's no marijuana in this vehicle.